What's up, good people? This Isaiah. And as we look at the tape, there's been a slight change to. I did my daily routines video, right? And in that video, I talked about what I do for leveling up characters, right? However, this has changed with the addition of this new story, all right? And these new areas, and with the way these phase shifts now work, all right? So, we have Aldo here, which, by the way, you get another self-improvement Grasta here, and right now we have Aldo equipped with the upper sword, so he does some kind of damage, right? If not, I will go with the Cat Queen weapon. Though, again, I mean, I guess I could just AF the enemy to oblivion, and that'll take care of it. You know what I mean? But anyway, we have Aldo here. He has Elpis sword, all right? And then everything else is just experience-based stuff, and that's all that is, okay? And then to show you, actually, so this is giving 40, because it has a dormant ore. And the other one here, also dormant ore. And then obviously individual experience, or I don't think we can get another one of those. Because if we could, it'd be 50-50-50 for all three, and that's 150, assuming they add it, you know what I mean? And then, of course, you got the Cat Queen stuff, right? So, he's currently at level 92, and let me just get the number down for his experience. That's 45 million. 45. 814. The mic's in the way, in case anybody's wondering. 939. All right, so that's where he's currently at. The team comp he's currently in is this one here. All right, we have Lily, though. If I decide to go the AF route, Lily would obviously need to be first for it to make sense. Maybe even Alma next. And the way I do these skills is 1-1-1, 2-2-2, 3-3-3, etc., etc. All right, brain record and refraction bullet here are mainly the two that you'll want to use to stay alive, right? And then of course do like counters and whatnot. All right. Lily, let's see. Promised Land is the one we want here because it provides a buff to all party members. And then Photon Messiah can actually set pain. All right. And then Apostle is just here to be here, I guess. And then there's everything else. She has a mechanized sword, so she acts first. She's faster than Aldo right now at 436 speed. Okay. All those skills here. Death Rejection, which honestly should not be the first skill. I mean, all it really does is when used, I guess it could be the first skill. You know, singular focus and lunatic mind's eye for 3 turns. And I guess because physical damage increase based on MP. So obviously the more MP Aldo has, the better. So 1563. Wait. Yeah, 1563. And then mind's eye is weak point, which I don't think Aldo would hit, but he's currently at 842. So obviously, if I had different things to increase his MP, then it'd be better off. He'd be better off with more NP. At least for that skill to work, you know, outside of a stellar burst. Because when in a stellar burst, right, this happens. So it's all good. Anyway, but we're sticking with normal for now. Main skill to use here is going to be this Overrank Horum ability. Okay. That's going to be doing most of the attacking here. All right. When Demon Sword, according to stat, consume, increase strength by 40. All right. And then we have Nikoko, which honestly I probably don't need, to be honest. I probably don't need her. All right. But I have her because she was just in here already. Okay. I'm also testing a different style of Nikoko for other things, but we'll stick with this version of Nakoko. All right. And then we have Crest here. Crest is just holding Rasta, right? He has Power of Awakening Sword, which is weird because I don't think the stance is not going to be awakened. The crystal stance is not going to be awakened, so that doesn't need to be there, right? Enhance at low HP, enhance at max HP, Power of Inferno. Then Ashtir, she doesn't have the Rasta I was looking for. Okay. Let me fix that. Because I was looking for, what am I currently changing here? Enhance at max HP, fire. So we're going to go for personality. Does she not fit the... Glasses, fire. Hold on. Let me go to... Aldo real quick. I'm pretty sure... Do I need to awaken it? Let me see. Interesting. I'm looking for the Rasta for like where he's from. Weird. I could have sworn I saw it somewhere. Oh boy. Eastern. Aldo's not Eastern. Wow. It may have been... It may have just... Oh yeah, it's sound body. I thought there was one for... like damage. You know what I mean? And then you can give it to Ashtir, since she would fit the mold. Because she can use that sound body. Let me pop over here real quick. No awakening's taking place, so I can take the Rasta that Ashtir currently has and give it to Crest, but it won't be needed anyway. And the main point of this video is to show you this whole XP deal. Alright, so 45,814,939. I'll just pop into the new story here, and I'm gonna go to the uplands here. And there's currently nothing set here. Alright. And I need to get down there to that corner. So I'll do that. You guys get to enjoy some music. Alright, and what we'll do here should be stated, because I've been grinding experience this way. I don't have a phase amp right now. Alright, it literally broke. So what I'm going to do is set this to EDAX activity. I have 15 respite kits. You can get these from... hold on, before I do that, let me show you. You can go here, go to Lash Val, and go to the weapon shop. The guy on your right inside the weapon shop, the junk shop, he sells you the respite kits. Buy as many of those as you possibly can. You know what I mean? I have over 300,000, I forget what they call them, whatever the currency is to pay for them. So I can keep buying them for a very long time. But anyway, I have 15. I'm gonna go ahead and go for activity. Just to show you this real quick. Alright, so Edax activity is active. Now, I haven't fought anything yet. So I'm going to go ahead and just fight the very first thing I see, which is this guy right here. Okay.
Time to scrap. Be on your guard.
I'm going to go to status here. Come on now. And we can see that this here, at turn start, stack Edax activity on all enemies. The value of trying experience up, gained 1.1. Okay. So, let me kill these enemies here. Promised Land. I'm going to go for refraction bullets. We'll go for that there. And leave. Alright, where she's at.
Go ahead. Sing
Alright,
my
so
praises. Can't wait to see what's next.
this here says 31,249 was the experience for that fight. But I'll pop in here because I'm going to document this number anyway. We're currently at, what is that? 45 million. 521,982. So from that measly 31,000 experience, we actually gained 292,000 experience. This is also taking into account the XP gear that he currently has. All right. So imagine a phase shift. Okay, I believe I'm still on master. Let me just double check. Yeah, still on master. All right. And granted, that may just be what you guys want to do. You know, run master difficulty and just don't even do a phase shift. Just run the enemies here. But something magical happens in a phase shift where pop in here. All right, remember we're at 45,521,982. So again, fight these enemies here. There's a crystal for me to get. All right, and now we're looking at a multiple of 3. So it's a 3x multiplier. All right, so at 292,000 is now like 600,000. In this case, we'll find out when the fight is over. We'll stick to these. Why didn't that die?
Got you cornered. Go ahead.
I might just AF next time. That way it can be one turn. All right, so we went from 45,521,982. We're at 42,140,062. So that one fight. All right. You got some mathematics here. Mathematics gave me 3,381,920 experience. That one fight. Okay. That's more than what you would get if you ran the XP dungeon. You know what I mean? And that's without an amp. Like, imagine if you entered here with an amp, which is a 10x multiplier. You know what I mean? That one fight would have been 30 million. If the amp is fully upgraded, you know, that one fight, 30 million experience. You see what I'm saying? So, with this new update and the ease of use of being able to get these respite kits, it made it so incredibly easy to just constantly run a phase shift for getting experience. All right. I'm going to just say starts. All right, because I want to see how much he gets throughout the entire thing. All right. And like I said, I'm going to just AF these guys now, because better to kill them in one turn.
You guys take this one.
And I'm going to keep documenting these numbers because I'm curious about the 3x multiplier. You know what I mean? That was 2 enemies, right? And from 42 to 37, right? So imagine what this would be if I had a fully upgraded like Cat Queen's gear. You know, let me do the math on that real quick, because the difference here was bigger, or at least it looks bigger. Because I was expecting 39, not, that was 4 million. That was only 2 enemies. Yeah, I'm gonna document this here. Okay, I'm not changing anything. I want to change his sword, but I'm not gonna do that just yet. But what I will do is document the numbers. So, 3 enemies. Okay, I don't know. I guess I'll have to rewatch the fight, right? The same deal.
All right, we did it.
You have done well, my children.
Okay. Again, back here. Like I said, I'm just documenting everything. That looks like another 4 million. 33,435,265. That was 3 enemies. All right. Take on this one, then we'll take on the hollow. Let me get this crystal first, just in case. And I'm leaving. There we go. Three enemies on screen.
Wide open.
And again, I'm just paying attention to Aldo right now. 28. 163. And I was again 3 enemies. Because I'm wondering if it stacks based on the enemy, right? So if it's, say, 3 enemies, it's like, okay, experience, like, say, what was it, 31,249 times 3 for each enemy. You know what I mean? And the music changed. It's my headphones. Never mind. Take on this hollow.
Get back, Hon.
This is what I should be using instead of this here. You know what I mean? Got an idea though. Missed it.
That's the power of the sword-wielding savior.
Can't wait to see what's next.
No longer stay here. Like I said, I didn't have an amp. So back to Aldo. And we're at 18. That was 10 million. Wow. Maybe 9. 422 143. So we started at 45 million. I'll start with the second fight, right? 45,521,000. Just so I can give you guys some rough numbers on how much experience I actually accumulated in that one phase shift here. All right. Looking at about 27 million experience in total for the one phase shift. And that didn't really take long, other than me like tinkering with abilities and whatnot. Let me move these around. Helping paw. All right. And then where's this observance at? Is this here? I mean, it's fine, though. Ideally, I would use to basically keep the buffs going. That's pretty much what I'm thinking about right now. Either one of those work. This one could work too. In fact, it may be better, but in this case, this is basically telling me to move. Well, not really. Because if we look, user and single party member in front line slot to user's right gains lunatic, but also gives himself that. You know what I mean? So not really. You know what I mean? But it's good though, because it increased damage. We'll do that. Again, I'm just moving skills around to make the Coco make a bit more sense for me. There we go. But, so, 27 million in the phase shift, right? That's pretty much what I'm going to be doing. As you can probably already imagine, I'll be doing that again, right? So there's a couple different ways I can do it. I can simply leave. Because I don't think, yeah, because I can't select it. Obviously, you would pick something that makes sense. Something close, so here. But I don't know where the phase shift's going to appear. And I also don't know about the enemies in this area. So before I even do the phase shift, first thing I'm going to do is actually fight an enemy to see if I can even take them on. So
Let's go.
You guys take this one.
let's see what happens outside of a phase shift.
Not bad.
Okay,
Can't wait to
this
see what's next.
could work. Could work. But let's see where the phase shift is at, because the next thing is going to be like, okay, let me find an area where the phase shift is pretty close to where I'm currently at, you know. So if I start the phase shift and it's in this corner right here, then it'd be like, oh yeah, this is my place, right? Just come here, respite kit, and then boom, phase shift. That's not that far. That's much closer than the last area. Right. Mind you, I now have this amp, which I believe in the first phase, it could be a doubling of the experience. So if I got, say, what, 3 million in a fight, that number's now 6 million. So basically just take whatever I just got, 27 million, double it, 54 million. You know what I mean? So, well, don't want to leave. Definitely don't want to do that. Let me actually fight these enemies here.
You ready?
And do what I did before. So, it's my new XP grind here. 14 from 18, so that was a 4 million fight. You know what I mean? So, not bad. Probably more than that, actually, now that I think about it, because of the amp. I don't know, we'll see. Because I have the number down still. So I'm not going to track each fight, but I will track when I finish the phase shift where we're at as far as experience. So when I entered 18,422,143, with the amp at level 1, we're going to be at,
Get into
I don't know,
gear,
we'll see.
Mom. Wide open.
On the day's work, I guess.
Get back, Hom.
No amp.
Wide open. Little.
Is there a stopper there?
Eat this.
Why is he counting? Well, Aldo got a level up, so looks like I can't. Looks like I can't actually show the experience gained because now the number changed. You know what I mean? Well, that sucks. But anyway, main point I'm getting at here. This is what I'm going to be doing to level up my units. You know what I mean?
Wide open.
Do I have to AF? No, I just prefer to take him out in one shot. If Aldo was having, if he was wearing like regular gear for damage, then I wouldn't be using an AF. But because I got him wearing gear for experience, then I'm just AF. You know what I mean? So
Take a cat nap. I got this.
oh, it should be stated. The other thing about this here is this may be a Nakoko thing because the experience is like costing me nothing. You know what I mean? So Nakoko, did she give us hold ground? Yeah, it looks like it. So
Eat this.
Wide open.
On a day's work, I guess.
man, it ruined it. So I wanted to showcase like how much experience one is actually getting here. And I got an upgrade. But I still can't show. we know it was more than the 18 million. You know what I mean? And unless somebody knows, hey, starting experience at level 93 to where I'm at now. In fact, let's see if the wiki has it. Let's see here. What would I look for? XP table or experience table. No. XP table. Come on now, there has to be some kind of experience deal. I'll type in table, see what shows up. Character stats table, simple character experience table is what. Okay, that's what I should have typed in. So he was level 92, which the let me see here. Experience needed to level up to 93 is 69 million. So that's what's needed to reach that level. And at 92, 18 million compared to where he's at now, 52. All right, so I'll just do, and then subtract the 52, 5278, 2312, which is 16 million, but he got more than that, obviously. Plus 18. So 34 million in that deal there. All right, cool, not bad. You know what I mean? And then, like I said, all I would do, because I don't think I could just come down here
Hello.
and start up another phase shift. I mean, we could try it and see what happens, because, you know, I now have an updated phase shift amped, by the way. So that's something to take into consideration here. All right. Phase shift has begun. Oh, well, I guess I don't have to leave. I can just run right up to it. You know, makes things even better. You know what I mean? So now with this amp that's been upgraded, it's a ×4, right, for experience. So, or at least it should be. So if he's currently at 52, which of course I didn't jot down here. 312. And run it back. Let me see. Sword, fire. Okay. Sword.
You're gonna let me do what
Perfect.
I want, right?
Reason why is because she can get some experience, you know what I mean? Because I still have XP badges. So we can give her the Cat Queen. And we can give her the XP badges. That way I'm not just leveling Aldo. Although the increase isn't going to be as big as Aldo's. Like I said, he's using all of the XP stuff. But I can give all the Rasta that Crest was holding. Didn't we have... You don't need that, Loquito. And what was Crest holding? Sword. I'll take that. Although he doesn't need it because the zone doesn't get awakened. That's a bit useless as well, considering, you know, we're always at max HP. I should have 2 of these. I'll go ahead and awaken that. And I'll get rid of this enhance at low. You know what I mean? And use the other one. Just see, again, this video is only this long because I'm showcasing some of the things that I'm going to be doing for experience. At this point, we're at the phase amp OD, right, which is a ×4 multiplier. All right, I needed to upgrade sword. There we go. All right, and let's go take care of our amp. All right, let me 52, got the number down. All right, perfect. And all I'm going to do in this case, I'm going to run this amp. I'm going to run the phase shift with the OD running. And then I'll just toggle or tally up the experience gained, assuming he doesn't level up again. You know what I mean? And so,
Are they ready? Wide open.
Let's go!
Always at the ready.
There!
That's the power of the sword-wielding savior. Take a cat nap. I got this.
Eat this! Alright, we did it!
Is everyone okay? Lily will lead the charge.
Be on your guard!
In your guts. That's the power of the sword-wielding savior. Strength is the fear killer.
There!
And it shatters. It's all good. Anyway, so although he's now at, wow. Okay. In other words, you might want to save those amps. At 788 G's, my numbers are all off. Not bad. That's pretty big difference from 52 million down to 7 million. You know what I mean? This is like, I'm pretty sure I can go run a damn XP dungeon, you know, and finish that up, level them up. You know what I mean? So, again, this is what I'll be doing for experience here. I'm just using Aldo because he's the newest character. You know what I mean? I could have used anybody to test this whole experience deal on. Like, I could have easily tested on, say, like Fine, for example. I believe I have all of the Cat Queen gear maxed out. And, of course, with these Rastas as well. Right? I could have easily tested with her and not Aldo. Okay? But I wanted to level up Aldo. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's pretty much how that's going to work. So that was a ×4. Geez, it's a lot of experience. Imagine a ×10. He would have leveled up. All right, so yeah, that's pretty much it for this one. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here and talk to you all later.